Now for this video, we're going to talk about your rising sign. It's also called the Ascendant. I prefer the term rising because it's literally the sign that was on the horizon when you were born. What was the sign that if you looked out into the east was there? So the rising sign is the house of identity. There are 12 houses in astrology in your chart, and the first house, the entirety of it, is your rising sign. So it might have more than one sign in it, but we'll focus on what it says on your chart, just the rising itself. And I like to call the rising your style or your aesthetic, because it's the way you present yourself to the world. It's the personality in terms of how people see you, their first impressions of you, just kind of. And this is why people have a lot of discrepancy when they're trying to guess someone's signs, or if they're reading a sign's, description and they're like, well, that doesn't seem like me at all. Well, your first house is going to govern more of what your style and aesthetic is, and perhaps your ego personality and how you're going to present yourself. So that might be discrepancy with what your sun is in, especially if the rising sign is a different element than your sun sign. I happen to have a Scorpio rising, which is the same water element as my sun sign of Cancer, to give you an example of someone who has a harmonious relationship between style, presentation, and their actual light. So rising sign, to summarize again, is your aesthetic, your style, the way you present yourself, just how you clothe yourself and show up for the world, and how people perceive that. Because a lot of times we don't even see our own rising sign because it's what we're putting out there. It's not necessarily our inner image either. All right, thank you for watching.